Well, I'd like to start with send prayers and thoughts out to everyone that could be affected by this hurricane. I think it's important we all think about those people, whether it's friends or family down there. So our thoughts and prayers with all you guys. So.
Wanted to ask you about the elbow.
Got two of them.
Ben, is it outside the elbow or inside?
You know, it's just got hit. You know, it's like bruise, so be fine.
Did you get an MRI or anything? Any kind of test?
I don't know if I can talk about that. Sorry.
It's not anything we expect to miss any time, or
Hope not. Don't plan on it. Maybe just today, but that's typical Vet Wednesday for me.
Hey, Ben, could you provide the evolution of this team's RPO usage?
That seems to be the hot topic in football now, whether it's NFL or college. You know, sometimes it's just prudent to try things. You can ask receivers to block guys that come down, or you can ask them to run a route, and if it's open, you throw it. It's a little new for me. I mean, we've done some of it in the past, but it's something that I got to get used to. I missed an early one to AB. You know, just understanding how fast certain guys can get there. You know, he gets there a lot quicker than Juju did later. So, you know, it's still going to take time for me to get used to it and to kind of perfect it. And I'm going to work at it, though, because it can be good, as we saw.
So you like it?
I just think it gives you options. You know, it's one of those things where you can hand a ball off with 8 or 9 in the box and beat your head against the wall sometimes, or you can find a way to fake it and throw it to a guy if it's open. So when it works, it's really good. When it doesn't, you know, you got to figure something out.
Going back and looking at the tape now, where do you feel like the offense didn't click as a whole that you would have liked?
Well, I'll tell you what, you know, that's last week. You know, we can look at it, but we got to move on because we've got a game this week. So we did our film study on Sunday and Monday, and now we're moving on to Kansas City. So we've got to just focus on that.
are you still looking for a third receiver? And how much did not having Vance out there kind of influence?
Well, I think, you know, Vance is a really good weapon for us, and we hope to have him out there soon. But he's got to be smart and get out there when he's ready to go, because we can't afford to do something crazy and have him out for the whole season, because he is a very vital part of this offense.
Think James is close to making an impact offensively, Washington?
I hope so. You know, we got him in there a little bit this last week, but you know, he's got to go out there, and last week he was a little banged up, so hopefully he's better and can get some more reps in practice.
And we saw Juju last year. He really didn't become that productive player until like maybe a month, even 6 weeks into the season. What's it like for a first-year receiver to, you know, have to learn the NFL on the go, and even when you're maybe dependent on guys?
Yeah, it's you know, if you think about it, they need to learn the offense, right? Then they need to learn all the extra hand signals. Then they need to learn the no huddle stuff. So there's a lot to learn. You ask guys to do a lot of things, and we asked Juju to do a lot because we moved him around and made him, or asked him to play multiple positions. I think it's hard enough just to learn one position. So, but James, if that's who you're speaking of, is getting it. You know, he's learning, and you know, when I test him out there on the field, he gets it and he understands it. So now it's just translating that to on the field type stuff.
You're familiar with their personnel, but they've got a lot of new faces.
A lot of new faces, and that's the thing. I spent a lot of time thinking about the Chiefs and the defense, and we've seen we faced them a lot in the last few years, but there are a lot of new faces, especially corners in the secondary, D-line. Still some familiar outside linebackers getting the pass rush, but it's definitely a different looking defense, even though the D coordinator is still the same as well.
You got a chance to see Patrick Mahomes at all?
Just from the film that we watched. What a great game and an amazing talent. Got a big arm.
Ben, even though they're a little bit different, is it encouraging what you guys were able to do in the run game last year against this team?
You know, they were last year especially built. They like to stop the pass and throw some big guys at you. And once they got rid of Poe a couple years ago at nose, but anytime you can run the ball, it opens some things up. So hopefully we can have some success with that this year as well.
Then you mentioned, I just want to clarify something. You mentioned he got hit. Was that early in the game?
Oh, late in the game. Late, yeah.
And did that affect throwing at all, or was it on?
It was the second to last play.
Okay. Have you thrown the ball since then,
or? One time.
No, I mean,
the last play.
This week, and all, you tried to test it out?
I never throw until today, so.